welcome to the Icons of Beauty Supply Summit. I am Lashana West. I am going to be your host today. I'm also a business therapist and mindset coach. So you are going to be not only getting gems of strategy and marketing and all the things when it comes to beauty supply, but my goal is to help you break through some of the mindset blocks that's stopping you from making the next move to secure and really invest in yourself and connect with Janice and her team, the best in the game, so you can level up and get your own first or next beauty supply. And now what I want to do right now is welcome the one and only retail boss babe expert, bomb.com, Janice to the building, and let's just say always slaying, whether she got makeup or not on, okay? Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person inside and out.
Hey,
awesome. Janice. Okay, I'm live, y'all. I did my own makeup today, so I'm super excited. So I'm really, really excited, y'all, and I'm just incredibly grateful for everyone who came out and wanted to be a part of this summit, because we don't have a lot of this information out there, and I don't get a chance to do a whole bunch of events throughout the year. So I'm excited to kick off our session today. First of all, thank you to Lashana for agreeing to host. She is the most inspirational, motivational host, and I just love to have her. And that breathing exercise, wasn't that so good? Y'all feel better? Yes. Okay, so we are gonna get started, y'all. I'm gonna kick it off and go through a little welcome with you guys. So welcome, guys. Welcome again to the Icons of Beauty Supply Summit. We are super excited to have everybody here, aspirational beauty supply store owners, and we have a few current store owners in the business. So a little bit about me. I'm the retail genius. I'm going to be going into my story a little bit later. We have two main programs that we run. So we talked about it last night a little bit. We're going to drop a link in the chat about our programs because I know a lot of you guys have asked. So we have our 12-month group coaching program. We also have our Platinum Store Launch Service program. And throughout the years, we were able to help over 40 stores open across the states, Canada, and the Virgin Islands. So you're going to be hearing from a lot of our clients today. We do have a hashtag, y'all. It's Icons of Beauty Supply. So whenever you guys hear a nugget, I want you guys to drop the hashtag on social media. So Instagram, TikTok, I want y'all to, this is going to be like an interactive. So I want y'all to drop your nuggets, and then also just take a quick screenshot right now and let the people know that you are investing in yourself. You are at this summit, you are investing in yourself, and that your beauty supply store is coming. Because a lot of times I hear from you guys that you don't want to post that you're opening a beauty supply store because it's not open yet. Like, you don't want to tell the world that this beauty supply store is coming, because what if I don't open it? I'm gonna look stupid, and I'm talking about something that's not here yet. Yes, the people need to know that you are opening this store. That a store is coming in a town. The second thing I hear is that I don't want to talk about opening a store because I feel like somebody else is going to come and open the store before me in my community. I feel like someone's going to come up and just, it's scarcity mindset, right, Lashana? Scarcity mindset, right? So share what you are doing on social media. That is one of the gems. I'm starting with the gems already. Share what you are doing on social media, because people love to follow a journey. People love to see the behind the scenes. So go ahead and share that you're in this summit, that you're about to open your store this year, and drop it. And also tag me, y'all. Tag me. All right, so let's go through the agenda real quick. So we are officially kicking off our session at 11 with Chance. Then I'm going to be delivering the $1 Million Blueprint. We are going to have a live funding session with my guy Josh. So that's happening at 12. Make sure you guys are in the room for that. For sure. Okay. After that, Joy Hunt is going to be coming on. She's going to be talking about legal structure and getting your business prepared to get to the bank, right? And then lastly, under phase one, so y'all, let me back up. So we have broken down this agenda into 3 phases. So you guys know that I have a 3-phase process of launching stores, right? So we launch it in 3 phases. So phase 1 is our foundation phase. Phase 2 is our build out and operational phase. And then phase 3 is our launch phase. So we literally broke down everything that you are going to learn today into phases. So our first panel that we're going to be doing is our panel of beauty supply store owners who were fully funded and opened their beauty supply stores. And some of them have 2 and 3 locations. So as we move into phase 2, we're getting into our operational phase, so building out the store. So I'm going to be leading that session with how to build a profitable beauty supply store with all of the systems and processes that you'll need to have in place. We're going to have our second panel talking about building a premium beauty supply experience. And then at 3 p.m., we are going to have our keynote with 6-figure spa chick. She's going to be talking about branding and marketing your beauty supply store. And then we're getting into phase 3, which is actually launching and scaling your store. So we're going to talk about the costly mistakes that I made and some other people made and getting it in beauty supply. We're also going to have our panel of people who have scaled their stores. So people who have 2 and 3 locations or moved into a bigger location, we're going to have that panel. And then tonight we're going to have our VIP session with Leah Jones. So that is our Q&A session. So all of the questions that you guys have from today, all the VIP people, let me say that, all the VIP people, you're gonna bring them to our session tonight, okay? And if you wanna upgrade to the VIP, we'll drop the link in the chat. As a VIP, you also get access to our portal. So once it is over, you'll get access to the portal so you can rewatch these trainings. You'll get access to our vendor list, and you'll also get access to our playbook, okay? All right, so we are going to get started. So I like to do a little pre-framing. So LaShawn does her little mindset stuff. I also need to walk y'all through some mindset stuff as well. So I'm gonna get started before we bring up Chance, who is our first speaker. So let's discuss, again, we had discussed this already, but why you are here today. So a lot of you guys are here today, and I heard what you guys were saying while I was putting my makeup on, and I think it's so amazing. We have people in the room 10 years, this has been a dream. People in the room 30 years, this has been a dream, right? But here's what's happening right now in 2025, right? We have this DEI shutdown. I've been talking about it quite a bit. And so we are here, this is what I'm saying. We are here to turn this DEI shutdown into DIY ownership. So I am on this mission of helping 100 Black-owned stores get open because we are done waiting for seats at their table. If anything didn't, if 2025 didn't show you anything, it's really to show you that we have to create our own tables. We have to create ownership. And when we talk about ownership, 250,000 average annual revenue for stores that get open in beauty supply. This is the money that our counterparts are making in this business. It's a $17 billion recession-proof industry, and every single day consumers are now choosing to shop Black due to the DEI shutdown. So stores are opening every single day, and yours should be next. Now, one of the greatest reasons why we must take back this industry is because Black women deserve more than just shelf space. We deserve ownership, right? It's not for us to just make money, but it's to really create spaces where Black women can feel valued, respected, and truly seen. And one of the moments that happened for me in my decision in starting a beauty supply store 15 years ago was I was in a beauty supply store, people were shopping, no one was getting any type of help, right? Everyone was shopping on their own, trying to figure out what they should purchase. No one's helping us. We get to the cash register, we give someone their money, we barely get a thank you. And this experience has always made me mad. It always made me livid that I felt like I had no choice but to spend my money with people and I didn't feel valued. Let me know in the chat if you've ever had an experience like that. Let me know in the chat
So listen, we're going to bring in the beautiful Chance, and I'm going to spotlight you. You guys get ready. Drop me some fire signs and some love in the chat. And Chance, you are up, love.
Awesome. Listen, I've learned so much just by tuning in. I've learned a lot about the beauty supply industry. And I just want to say thank you so much, Janice, for having me. This is just so valuable, you guys. And I pray that you guys are paying attention, because I'm really about to drop some gems for y'all in just a second here. Yes. So I was listening to the conference, and I heard something that really jumped out to me. And she's talking about, the level of diversity, in the beauty supply industry. I want to share a story with you guys, right? I'm gonna start off sharing a story with you guys. So this was maybe 2021, right? 2021. I was working for one of the largest beauty supply chains in America called Sistar Cosmetics. So Sistar Cosmetics, their headquarters is actually in Chicago, Illinois, and I was the marketing director over the entire marketing department. And I was able to witness firsthand how these big Asian Chinese beauty supply stores are ran, and I was in the warehouse every single day. And I mean, they just had so much stuff in the warehouse. I was just amazed. And then we also had like a space where influencers can come and, try the products. But being the marketing director over that company, I learned a lot. I wasn't with the company for long, maybe like 3 months, okay? And what I personally faced when I worked for this beauty supply chain is discrimination. And I want to start with this story because it's very, very important that we put ourselves in position to win, and we put ourselves in position of ownership. So I realized when I was working there, that they were kind of racist toward me, discrimination, doing discriminating things toward me. And I remember one time, the bathrooms had flooded, and they were like, "You need to go clean it up." And I said, I need to go clean up the way. I thought I was the marketing director. You want me to go clean the bathrooms now? So there were things that were happening to me where I felt very degraded, where I felt very isolated, where I felt extremely discriminated against. And it's so crazy how they've created this beauty supply culture around Black women. And in that role, I was treated that way. So I told myself after leaving that job, I left, okay? I left, that I never wanted to put myself in that position again. So I'm saying all this to say that what you're learning today is extremely powerful. It is extremely valuable, and it is time for us to take back our power. So I'm going to share a little bit about my background in the beauty industry, you guys, and what my experience has been. And I want to start with this, that the beauty industry is a $1 trillion industry. The overall beauty industry, it's $1 trillion industry. This is why Kim Kardashian chose the beauty industry. This is why Rihanna launched Fenty Beauty, and she literally became a billionaire in the beauty industry. So if you are on this conference today wondering if you're in the right place, maybe some of you guys, you're here, but you're still trying to put all of the pieces together, I'm here to be your sign. I'm here to be your evidence that you are in the right place at the right time. And if you see or that you're aligned in an industry that is $1 trillion industry, then it's how can I make this work for me? That should be the mindset. And I want you guys to lock in. I want you guys to commit and just make a decision that you are going to stick to it. I see a lot of people get started in the beauty industry, whether they launch a beauty supply or beauty brand, whatever it may be, but then a couple of months into it, they burn out and get tired and quit, or a year into it, they burn out and quit, or 2 years into it, they burn out and quit. But what I realize about the beauty industry, it's about longevity. It's about being committed for the long run. If it takes 3 years, if it takes 5 years, if it takes 10 years, it is a lifelong commitment. And bigger than that, I believe that it is very important for you to know your why you got started. Why are you in this industry?
Okay, cool. So we're going to get started. I'm going to share with you guys. I like to start with the foundational elements. People don't really understand what it actually takes to open a profitable multiple 6-figure, 7-figure beauty supply store. I'm going to go through this information real fast because I do see that we have Josh on, who is going to be doing our live funding session. So I'm going to go through this information so you guys have a good idea of like, what am I looking for numbers wise? What am I asking for? How much do I need to save? All of the things. I'm going to break that down for you in this session. So we're going to be focusing on startup costs, right? This is how you lay your foundation, because the number one issue with a lot of the beauty supply stores that you see open, the Black-owned stores that you see open and they close as fast as they open, is 9 times out of 10, they were not clear on what the startup costs were, okay? Because this information is just not online. And so you guys, you know, obviously are here to learn this information. So this is why we want to focus on the startup costs, because you need to know how much you realistically need to open a profitable beauty supply store.
Good deal. I appreciate it. First and foremost, shouts out to everybody that is here, man. I really want to give a big shout out to Janice. I think the world of her. I'm so impressed by what she's doing. She is literally changing the entire face, pun is intended, the entire face of the beauty industry with a huge transition of wealth by transferring it from where it currently is to actually everybody that's inside of this room. So big shouts out to Janice. Big shouts out to everybody that's here. I need engagement though, okay? So we're not gonna be passive. We're not gonna be just, you know, sitting here watching me like I'm crazy or something. I don't know, but thank you guys for the fire emojis in the chat. So listen, here's my plan. My plan is to make sure that every single person in here, everybody has access to capital for this project. All right. If that's cool with you guys, drop yes in the chat. If that's, I need your permission. So if that's cool with you, drop yes in the chat. Okay. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. So I want to make sure that you guys want some money, because some of y'all might not need money. Some of y'all already got it. You might not want it. But the thing is that regardless if you have money or don't have money, I think it is the most ridiculous thing for anybody to use their own money for business stuff. It's kind of weird if I'm being honest. Why would you take your money, which is very limited, and try to use that to start or grow a business, especially something of this magnitude, when banks are literally in the business of giving you money? These people love giving you money so much that when you got your credit profile right, they will hound you down to beg you to take the money from them. So I want to make sure that you guys are all in alignment with what we're doing today. We're changing your lives, man. That's what we're doing today. We are changing your life. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order from what I initially planned, because I want to make sure that you guys are able to work.
So I'm going to literally spotlight our next speaker. She is the real deal. We're going to learn how to master legal and funding for our beauty supply store. Let's give it up for the amazing Joy Hunt. Joy, you have the spotlight. We are ready to learn and earn.
Okay, how are you guys doing today? I am coming down with a cold, so if y'all hear me sniffing and snotting, I do apologize. But we are going to learn how to structure our business and fund our business with just EIN funding, okay? So no need to be a personal guarantor, no credit check. I'm gonna break down our business structure and our funding. But first of all, I want someone to drop in the chat, what have we learned already? What is one thing that we have learned already as to how we're gonna take our business to that next level? Because when you're able to get in rooms like this with other people dropping knowledge, you want to make sure that we're not just taking the knowledge, that we're actually implementing what it is that we have learned. It's sitting on your notepad, sitting in your iPad. It's not going to make you no more money, okay? After we get all this good knowledge.
Yes. Okay. So y'all, we have Jamesia here, and so we did our little live, but for the people who don't know who you are, just introduce yourself before we get started.
Yeah, so I'm Jamesia Grigsby, and I am the owner of Allure Beauty Supply located in Jacksonville, Florida.
Go through our next set of information. So now guys, I hope you see like how the 3 phases is working. So like we got our first phase of that funding and foundation phase out the way. So at this point, it's like, okay, we have our funding, we have our business structured the right way. We have all the things in place. Now we're moving into like our second phase where we're now starting to build out like the back end of the store. Now this is where it gets really interesting because a lot of us don't come from like a retail background. Some of us don't even have business background. So what I'm going to share with you guys can see my screen. Everyone thumbs up. You can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now I'm going to share with you guys, like once we have the money and we're wanting to build out the back end of a store, this is like the things that we have to focus on. We have to focus on inventory. We have to understand inventory management versus control systems, ordering, understanding vendors, understanding pricing, all of the things that make business do business. So I'm excited for this panel. So yeah, I'm super excited for this panel because these ladies here have really amazing, beautiful stores, and we have been talking about building a experience for Black women to feel safe and to feel valued and all of the things that we've been wanting to feel. And I feel like these ladies have done an amazing job at curating that. So I'm going to have you guys introduce yourself first and let the people know where your store is, all the information, and then we'll get into the questions.
I'll go first. So my name is Nella Reynolds. I am the owner of Allure Beauty World. We were located in Shimla. We're actually in the process of relocating. I've been in this industry for several years at this point. And it's exciting, and it's an exciting industry to be in. So I'm so excited to speak to you guys today.
Hi, I am Chastity Monroe. I am the founder and CEO of Pink Noir Beauty Supply and Cosmetics. We are Memphis's only Black woman-owned beauty supply store, which is crazy, but it is what it is. And so I actually kind of started in kind of the beauty space probably about 15 years ago now, working for Procter & Gamble, doing market research. And, you know, this has kind of been full circle being on this side of the beauty business. But again, super excited to be here and to share with you guys and even learn from you.
So shout out to the last panel. And now we are about to literally blow your mind once again with one of the best in the game when it comes to marketing and brand visibility. And a lot of marketing questions were asked earlier, and we specifically did not address them because what better way to have Candace Holyfield, the #1 brand building, spa building, Black excellence building, 7-figure marketing queen. What better than have her in the building? She's literally serving as we speak. So I'm going to spotlight you, Candace, whenever you have your camera on. I know you've been ready because Candace don't get ready. She stay ready. Okay.
Candace stay ready, y'all. You guys are about to be in for an amazing treat. Candace has really blown the stage. Every time she comes and speaks to our beauty supply store owners, people are like begging for her to come back. And so when you guys get Candace on, I want everyone to make some noise for my sister Candace to come on.
Hey, everybody. So I'm actually at another event right now, and I stepped out for this, and I was able to hear some of the other speakers. So I first want to tell Miss Janice, thank you so much for who you are, and thank you so much just for what you do. LaShawn West, another powerhouse, so amazing. So to see you two ladies together, man, it's nothing but alignment and the beautiful universe doing what only it could do. Those of you who do not know me, I am the 6-figure spa chick, and I am the #1 spa queen in the United States of America, but I'm also the #1 marketing strategist for spa and beauty pros. So I have helped 37 people make their first $1 million in their spa in the beauty business. I see people looking up, baby. I'm talking them numbers. I see some heads coming up. That's what I'm talking about. You guys got to know how to command a room. I've been looking at y'all heads down, doing other stuff. A real queen demands attention. Do you not hear me? I see them numbers dropping, heads start coming up, knowing you in the presence of a true queen. Do you not hear me, everybody? So I know you guys are getting ready to either open up a beauty supply store or you already have one. So first thing first, I want to tell everybody, those of you who do have pen and paper, and I want to make sure I can do Q&A too, LaShawn, so let me know about that. But everybody, if you all have a business, I heard some people in the comments, they was asking about braiding hair. They was asking about this. Everybody write this down. You need to be launching your business 4 times in a year. So this is maybe could be my 3rd or my 4th.
Janice, you ready for your section, love?
Yes, let's get it. Let's get it.
Awesome. We are going to pass the ball to Janice. We are going to get all the vibes when it comes to avoiding costly mistakes and more about the opportunity.
Yes, y'all. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the top mistakes and sharing the opportunities that you guys are here to hear about. So the problem that we hear often is like, why don't we see more Black-owned beauty supply stores? The first thing that I want to talk about is like the funding. So every day someone has this aspirational dream of building a store, but the funding is the barrier. Like I can say for myself, like funding was an issue, right? Because we all know that starting a store, it requires capital for inventory, the rent, the licensing, the systems. And so this is where I want to open it up and invite everyone inside of our programs, and I'm going to talk about it in detail. But everyone who is on this line, I want to officially invite you guys to be a part of this amazing movement and join our mission of opening 100 Black-owned beauty supply stores. I know you guys have been sitting on the sidelines and trying to figure out, right, is this for me? And hopefully by this time, at the end of this session, you have all the information to just make that decision. So if you know that you want to be a part of the 100, one of the 100, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Because what we're doing is more than opening stores. It's more about just generating cash and being transactional, but this is legacy, this is ownership, and we are on this movement to reclaiming the beauty supply industry. So drop a 1 in the chat if you want to be part of that. So like I said, one main thing, and this is Jamesia at her grand opening, we spoke to her and Demetrius. One of the major things that we are really focused on, like we got the strategy of getting accounts, doing pricing, but now we are really looking at funding and making sure that people have adequate funding and that we have more than enough. Because with these 100 stores that we are going to open, I really, really want to go big. Like Candace mentioned it, like the Asians come in, they buy the biggest lot and they open these big stores, right? And so I really want some of us to really, really think big and open stores at levels that we haven't seen a lot of Black-owned stores open at, right? Okay, so I want to share with you Shonda's story. Shonda's actually going to be coming up, but we are super, super proud of Shonda because Shonda moved into her to another location, bigger location. She has generated over 300,000 in beauty supply sales. The number could be higher at this point. So she will be able to share that in a few moments. So this is another client of ours, Christina. She was a stay-at-home mom. She was a teacher, but she was able to get funding for her store, and now her store generates over 200,000 annually. She does DoorDash. She has a salon. She has all the things, and just absolutely killing it right now in the beauty supply space, right? So a lot of you may be thinking, can this be me? Can I do this? And I hope that at this point you have seen enough clients, you have heard enough testimonials to know that you are in a good place. I'm the #1 coach in this industry right now because I know the process, right? And so, yes, you can is my answer. So people are sitting in the audience, they're on the sidelines. First of all, they just are on the sidelines of like opening a store, but then also taking the first step, investing in themselves, investing in the education part, which a lot of times in our community, we don't think that part through. We just go straight into the thing. So talk about your thoughts on taking that investment in yourself. What part of the program was like a game changer for you that was just like, this was worth it all, and your results?
Yeah. I think for us, the program, I mean, it was good to have somebody that will hold you accountable because, I think sometimes if you don't have that, you're very much like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. But we knew like every Wednesday that call was coming and Janice was going to say, what did you do? Especially me being like pregnant. I was like, girl, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing this stuff this week. But like that, I think that helps for if you're that kind of person that needs to have like that discipline, that added kind of factor. And I am probably one of those people. So it definitely helped to know that Janice is going to be asking me, did I do that business plan? Did I submit this paperwork? Did I do this? So that part is really good. And I think it really too, like I said at the beginning, I had no clue where to start, like where to go, what to do. like anything. And so I think the program, the biggest thing was really that foundation of, you know, and your courses are like step by step, like, okay, week 1, you need to focus on, we didn't even have a name, I think, at the time. So it's like, hey, get your name, like, you know, form your LLC. Once you get that done, okay, look for your location. Okay, you got your location now. And it was like broken down, I think, in manageable parts. So that way you didn't feel like you were doing so much all at once and, you know, not knowing if you were going left or right. So I think for me, just knowing, having that foundation of, okay, these are the things, even, I forget the module now, but talking about like pricing and like just like the market and like all those things that we still use now, we still draw from a lot of that stuff when we are pricing our items, or we're kind of doing our competitive landscape, when we're bringing in new inventory. Like a lot of those things we do still like pull from and think about. And I have a notebook full of notes and things that I wrote down as far as like promotions and busy seasons, slow seasons, and ways to kind of keep our business, you know, sustaining and growing. And we do utilize a lot of those things that we learned. And a lot of it, once you get your store open, it really is like on the job. It is on the job training, and you have to just, you know, have that fortitude, like Demetrius was saying, have that fortitude and really put in the work. Because opening the store is one thing, but maintaining it, that's a whole nother piece.
I always say it's like you're birthing the baby, but then it's like once that baby comes out, like you have to like teach how to walk, teach how to eat. So it's like the real work starts when the store is open.
It's so weird. So yeah, but having that foundation, it allows you to be able to draw back on things and say, okay, I remember Janice said this. Let me try that out. So I do think that for all of that, we are definitely grateful for what we learned and for where we are today, and, you know, continuing to go forward with Allure.
So last question. So for the women who are in the room, so people signed up to hear you guys talk and get the tea, and they might still be nervous about the risk. And I know you girls were corporate girlies, and, you know, we're analytical. So speak to that woman who was like on the sideline and thinking about the risk, thinking about the investment. I don't know. What would you say to her now that you guys are years in your business?
I mean, I'm very direct. I would say, why not, right? You've probably been watching Janice for how many years at this point? You've seen, no, seriously, you've seen all the success that has came. I too was someone in a boot camp. I can't even remember what 2020 or 2019. I can't remember, but I too was in a chair, lonesome by myself, just sitting there, taking all the information in. I knew what I wanted. I just need to know how to get there. I think once you make a decision, say, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it no matter what, everything else doesn't matter, because there's so many breadcrumbs that you can follow and pick up with the pieces along the way. It's kind of like, why not, right? So I'm sitting in the corner by myself. I'm really I would say introvert with a personality sometimes, and I'm there really gathering all the information. At this point, I was ready to sign a lease. I was already at that point. I still joined the boot camp. Even though I was already at that, I still joined the boot camp. I still took all the information that Ms. Janice provided, and look where we are years later, standing on big business. Okay,
big business, sis.
you know what I mean? Standing on big business. Like, right, I told you guys, like I'm in the process of you know, relocating. Something happened that I had no control over, right? I had no control over. I got an email saying I had to go. I'm like, whoa. In any other circumstances, I'd probably be freaking out, mad, upset. I did put a lot of money in there, but I'm working on stuff behind the scenes. But here's what I do know. I know the information. I know how to go to another location. I know how to reset. I know what to do. So if you are in this room and you're like, you're on the fence of what you should and should not be doing, then you should not be in this room anyway. You're in this room because you trust and you believe the information that you're getting today is going to get you to the next step. I've been in this game for 4 or 5 years at this point. And look what you can create your own product line. Miss Chastity got hers. I got a wig care line. We make money. I mean, you have to sit down and say, is this something that you really wanted to do? Obviously it is. Now you just need somebody to push you a little bit and say, girl, go ahead and do it because you got this. You're just a little afraid because it's new to you. You're a little afraid because you have not done it before. But when I tell you, every piece of crumb that you could think of is in the course of Miss Janice. I'm sure she can call somebody and say, hey, have you experienced this before? Because she's done worked with so many people. And I'm sure she has like a high percentage of people who've been in business for X amount of years. I'm one of them. Chastity's one of them. And there's so many other people that is one of them that's been in business that know what they're doing. Why? Because they took the leadership that she provided. We executed. We took the information and we ran with it. And I would say to you, if you're on the fence, get off that fence, get across of it, and move forward because this is the best time for you to do it. It's so many Black consciousness business, as consumers right now. I mean, you have to understand where we are in this economy. You got to do it. That's what I say.
I love that. I love that.
I'm
Thank you
sorry,
for
y'all, but I
sharing.
just
Yeah.
had
You
to.
brought us to church.
Yeah, I mean, she said everything. That's literally it. And I always say you cannot afford not to do it, right? And especially wherever you are, you're seeing people make money hand over fist. And if you got out there, you would do that thing 10, 20 times better.
Mhm.
Okay. So the
Period.
more you wait, you're just like deferring a dream. You're deferring where you're supposed to be. Like, whoever you believe in, then put it in your head for no reason. Like you're here and
That
then
part.
you got the best. Okay. I've literally had people come to me talking about they went to other programs, they didn't get nothing. Like horror
No
stories.
shade.
Listen, horror stories. And this is a legitimate person who's actually going to tell you what it is. So whatever it is, you got to have that faith. You got to go ahead and move forward and get this thing done because we need more of us out here.
You need more of us.
We do. It is our industry to take over, again.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we gotta just boss up. It's boss up time.
It's boss up season, y'all.
So ain't nothing to it but to do it. You got
Oh,
she got all these resources, y'all. Like seriously, you will not find a more complete, like just resource than what you have here. So whatever it takes, do what you need to do so that you're out there and this is not regret because you never want to live your life like, dang, I could have did that, or look where I would be if, I had just done this or that or the third. So just do it. Literally do it. We've done it. We're living witnesses. We're not superheroes here. You know what I mean? Like, so if we can do it, y'all can do it too. Okay. So it's literally just that easy. And I don't want to say easy because there's going to be trials and tribulations, but that's why you pay someone like Janice.
yes.
I'll tell you, I done made a lot of mistakes. And Janice has seen all of the things to know how to guide you and get you from across. Some of these are very expensive mistakes. And if you have somebody can stop you or just like just guide you, put some bumpers on that thing for you, you might as well go and do it. I'm trying to tell you, Janice is worth her weight in gold in that respect. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So much, ladies. That was so good.
So I'm Jeremy Bowser, New York Beauty Supply. I'm located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm the first Black-owned beauty supply in Baton Rouge, thanks to Miss Janice. So for this me, I got kind of a construction background. So as you can see, I got hair and stuff like that. So I started into the business from discrimination from the Koreans. So I had a lot of danger problems and stuff like that. And when I go into the stores, they thought I was stealing and stuff like that. So I saw they kind of controlled the market. So it was something I got into. And, I started doing my research. I started off like talking to I think it was the Beauty Supply Institute. And they wasn't very helpful. They didn't give me any type of information. So I got in touch with Miss Janice. So Miss Janice, we had like a consultant meeting. She started from like day one getting personal with me, let me know how she'll take me through each step of the way because I didn't know anything about beauty supply store, nothing about anything, who have the products, the vendors, nothing like that. So she started me off. She got me right. And, I'll give y'all more details after Miss Chandra speak.
Yes, yes.
Hello, everyone. My God, it's been such a long day. I've been on the road, but I'm stable now. I'm in the store. I'm so happy that I'm in the store because I certainly want to show you guys how good God has been and some of the wonderful things that God has done. So, again, my name is Shonda Tyndall. I am a retired HR director. So, right during the pandemic, actually, I got mad and told my family the next time I get mad, they may want to tell me to go sit down. But anyway, I got mad because the things that we need for our ethnic hair is just limited when you go into the stores. We have this one little section, and then because I live in the suburbs, I had to travel 20 minutes to go to the city to get hair product. It was in the middle of the pandemic. Who want to go from store to store looking for curling cream? Not me. So I got mad. I went to the store. They didn't have my curling cream. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna open up my own beauty supply store. Just talking out the side of my neck. But by the time I got to my car and I saw two other Black ladies go in and out empty-handed, I said, I'm going to open up my own beauty supply store. So I did all of the legwork that needed to be done, hooked up with Janice because I knew the business side of it. I have 2 degrees. I have my undergrad, I have my MBA, working on my PhD. So you never get too old to learn. And like Candace said, if you're not learning, you're not earning. So always an opportunity, but I can hardly wait to tell you guys more about this journey. I just want to do a quick little introduction.
Awesome. And then we have my sister Pam. I'm so happy that she's able to come on because she is like one of my oldest clients and just killing it. And so go ahead, Pam, tell the people who you are and just a quick intro of like what got you into the business and everything.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks again, Janice, for having me on. I am in the store. I am working alone. These are some of the things that you do as a
real life
owner, right? So I have my eyes on the door, so I'm watching. But I'm Pam Thompson, owner and founder of My Shade and Texture. We are a natural hair beauty supply and DIY bar. Next month will actually make 6 years when I launched my business, but November of 2019 is when I actually opened my doors. And I went through 2 programs with Janice. The initial program was the boot camp. Started that program. I felt like I was online. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta, but I felt like I was online. We started with 10 of us. And by the time we ended, it was 3 of us. So that is an investment that, that I took upon myself because I love natural hair. I suffer from seborrheic dermatitis. And so I've always created certain products for myself. And that was the reason why I combined beauty supply and a non-traditional beauty supply with a DIY bar. I also opened my doors with a salon. And I no longer have that salon. I'm now in a new space, but a lot of things have changed over the years, and that's because the pandemic. Things have shifted in this, as far as trends and how people spend. But right now, we are a natural hair beauty supply and a DIY bar located here in Tampa.
So we're going to wrap up here. One last thing for the people who are watching, who are on the sidelines. One last word from you guys of encouragement, advice for people who are sitting and thinking. They're thinking about the risk. They're thinking about all the what ifs, which is natural. We all went through this. What do you have to say? We'll start with you, Pam.
Yes. I got my eyes on the door. I think somebody's getting ready to walk in.
That's why I was like, you go first, Pam.
Yes. Build your community. So I said next month makes 6 years. That's when I launched My Shade and Texture. And I have to go. Blessings to everyone. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Pam.
No problem. Take care. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
How are you?
Good.
Right. Here's my encouragement. So here's the salon we're gonna have. It's a work in progress.
That's amazing.
We're gonna have 2 stylists in here. So this is after 3 years of being in business. And then ignore the junk because I promise y'all it's gonna be clean out in a few weeks. This is our braiding suite. So we're gonna have 6 braiders in here. And then we also have a a shampoo room. And so next week, the plumber is coming to put the plumbing in, and we're gonna have two shampoo rooms there. And real quick, product. The crochet hair, they gotta have it. The bulk hair, they gotta have it. The braiding hair, they gotta have it.
Yes.
Well, you gotta have it. Your wigs, I have wigs all over the place. You gotta have the wigs. I have my wig station back there. And you just
I love
gotta,
it.
you just have to have the product. You have to have the stuff for the little babies. So look,
Amazing.
it will, and we have boxes and boxes of inventory that's not on the floor right now. But I encourage you to just step out on faith. I did it. My daughter told me, and I tell people this. She said, if you can't, if you're not going to invest in yourself, no one else will.
Mm-hmm.
You have to invest in yourself. You all have invested your time today. It will be well worth it because the people are going to come. They're going to come. They're going to support you.
Love that. Thanks for sharing, Shonda. Your store looks amazing. I'm so
Thank you.
excited.
Yes, thank you.
You go somewhere.
Any last words, Jeremy, for the people who are on the fence?
Businesses, if you're on the fence, business is business. But like I say, if you don't do it, you're gonna always think of what I should have did. And what's gonna
That's
happen
good.
is, I'm gonna be
Yes.
honest with you, there's another black-owned store gonna come in that same area
Oh, I say it
that
all
you
the
wanted
time.
that you wanted to open up a store.
Yep.
Because like right
I
now,
say it all the time.
I'm telling you, I got a lot of black people be hitting me up. Hey, how Miss Janice do? I say, Miss Janice doing great. You see this store, this hard work
Yeah.
right here. So, like I was telling them, I highly recommend it. And you just gotta do it. She has all the tools. She helping you with funding. That's number one. Second thing, most important thing is your vendors. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most likely, you ain't getting them vendors by yourself. You're gonna need somebody to give you a recommendation, somebody that know them to help them. You're going on the computer online to apply it. That'll work. So Ms. Janice got hands-on communication with these vendors.
Yep.
You open up a store that and you don't have vendors, nobody gonna come into your business. So she giving you the outline to get your store open and running. And if you got a problem, like I just call Ms. Janice, hey, Ms. Janice, what you think about this? What type of advice you could give me on that? And she gonna answer the phone. She gonna help you out. She wants you to succeed. So, like I say, if you want to do it right, you on the call with the number one person. They got people that's out here doing it, but they ain't doing it right. They ain't doing it properly. They're not organized. You see how many people is on this live. You're not seeing that in other companies that's doing it. So, like I say, I highly recommend her. And I'm a business person, so I don't recommend too many people. So, I put my word on her, and I think she'll get you where you need to go. So, just move forward and just do it.
Get the keys. Get the keys, baby.
Get the keys, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming on. Yeah, so first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out and just learning about this industry that I love so much. And the reason why I decided to put this summit together in under like 2 weeks, and I literally called all my clients because I'm like, I need y'all to come on and to share your journey, because I could talk about my journey all day, but I really want to show you guys what's possible through my clients and the success that they have gotten. And I appreciate all of them for coming on and just sharing with you guys what they have seen as well. So